Oh, brother. Okay. Welcome to this.
No, that don't sit right with me.
letting Kai get the clap.
I get the last
Kai's
clap.
on camera one time and he wants to take charge.
I've always wanted to do the clap.
I get the last clap.
Oh, before we start every episode, we have to clap each other's cheeks.
Yeah, we
so
spank
that the
each
audio
other
and like
stuff,
video
too.
is like aligned. So we do spank each other. And Kai wanted to get spanked, but we could have let him have it. Anyways.
Okay, I'm gonna actually go insane if I don't shut this. Sorry. I literally hate open cabinets so much.
Okay.
There's a reason why they have doors. It's because they're supposed to be shut.
Wow, that was beautiful.
But that was me that left it open.
Well, welcome to this episode of Emergency Intercom. If you feel like the feng shui is a little off, I don't know why that word is in my vocabulary. I think it's because that lady literally fucking yelled at me over my back.
That
like,
was insane.
She barked at me, but I liked it. Like, it felt good. It felt
Did
like
it
a mom.
actually feel good?
No, it was really...
When she said it, it was like really disrespectful to me. I was like,
No,
damn.
it fully was, but like I was like, you know what? I could get down with this.
She was like very neurotic about the backstory. This girl at this event, like random person, was sitting next to Inya at this table, and Inya put her purse on the ground, and she was like, "That's bad feng shui to put it on the ground, and I don't want you to bring that energy around me. So like, just like pick up your purse." And so Inya like put it on her seat or something, and like she was like just kept going about how like she didn't want that bad energy around us.
And I was like, well, I carry bad energy everywhere I go, so I don't plan on changing that.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna like introduce me or?
Oh, I forgot you were here.
Yeah, that was weird.
Sorry.
It did seem like you guys completely forgot.
No,
we
it's
were
'cause-
just talking about the bad feng shui, and we have really bad mental issues, and I was going to get to it eventually.
Okay.
At some
Yeah.
point, maybe like 30 minutes into the episode, we'd be like, all right, also Kai's here.
By the way, Kai is here. This is Kai's episode.
30 minutes. I get the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as you can tell, what I was trying to say is if the aura is like a little different, it's because Kai is on camera today, which is something everyone begs for. Like, but they beg
Yeah.
for Kai Cam.
Yeah,
not
they beg for Kai Cam, but we're giving you a Kai episode
This is
because
just
I
a
feel like
test.
it's like only right to just like get to know Kai a little bit more. I feel like you guys kind of don't know him, and I think it's
Yeah.
important to the whole ecosystem that is Emergency Intercom for you to learn about each of us.
Well, more importantly, we don't have the budget for another fucking camera. Like, we don't have two cameras. This camera isn't even ours. It's Josh's, the one we
Yeah.
use for the podcast.
People still don't even know how to spell my name.
Oh, do
yeah.
you want to? That could be your introduction.
Oh,
Give a
yeah.
brief
Expunge.
introduction. Who are you?
What do you do?
What do you do?
How
Where
did
do
you
So-
infiltrate Emergency Intercom?
So my name is Kai Newman. It's spelled KY. My parents just decided that they wanted it to be like that.
That was fizzy as hell.
Sorry, I was in the middle of.
Oh yeah, I know. Sorry.
I infiltrated Emergency Intercom by talking to Drew at a party about ketamine therapy for depression.
You always forget that I was a part of that conversation, but
You were a
clocked
part of
out.
it, but I didn't. I thought that you didn't remember that you were a part of it.
Yeah, I didn't even actually remember that you were a part
No,
of that
I was fully a
conversation.
part of it because we were all talking about depression, and I think that's when I was still in my really, really dark depressive episode. And then I tapped out because I was like, oh, this for real isn't going to stop, and it's actually going to make me like end my life tonight. So I'm tapping out.
I thought you didn't remember because when I talked to you like a year later, you were like, "Oh, it's so cool meeting you for the first time."
Because I didn't like put that together. Like
Getting bodied immediately.
Oh, that was the first one out of many.
that
I
I'm
remember that conversation stuck with me for a very, very long time.
Really?
Yeah.
the
it
one
was-
outside.
Yeah, on the balcony. Because me and Kai literally talked for like, I feel like 3 hours. And then we also like invited other people into our discussions, and it like became like this big circle of people.
Yeah, I don't
and
remember who
We
else.
we commanded an
At
audience.
Chateau?
Yeah, at Chateau on the balcony.
I don't remember who else it was though. I feel like Nick was
Nick
there.
was in it when I was there.
And then
Yeah.
3 or 4 other random people that I still to this day don't know.
Yeah, I remember you talking about getting like in an Uber and then talking about needing to shit really bad.
Don't remember.
Yeah.
That was your first introduction to Inya.
I remember it
Her
vividly.
needing to shit. I feel like that's like most people's introduction. to
Most
Inya.
introductions to me are like people walking away and being like, I still have no idea who that is, and that's good. That is good. You should block yourself off from strangers. Everyone is scary.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
But yeah, I genuinely when we spoke, the next time I saw Kai was outside in the front of the house.
That was like a year later too.
Yeah, it was like a long time after.
It was almost like a year and a half later. It was like peak pandemic.
Within that time, the pandemic started, and then the protests in LA.
Yeah.
Like all over the country.
Yeah, and that's when I was like riding my bike, and that's why I saw you, is because I came back from my bike ride.
Yeah.
And it looked like me and Kai had just hooked up.
I genuinely thought y'all were hooking up when he first started coming over. Like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on the podcast, but that's genuinely what I thought. Like, I was like, I never once went to go check what you guys were doing. I don't know if you know. I never stepped foot. I never Kai never introduced himself to me. So I was like, oh, this is something I shouldn't like glance twice at. And like, I can respect that. And like, I was just like, I'm not, this man was
Well, I mean,
talking to
we
me.
were hooking up, but you should have just like said
You thought
something.
I was pulling up at 3 p.m. on like a Wednesday?
Yeah, I was like, damn, they're really about it. Like,
Dude, I'll never forget.
I've been that horny
Kai
before.
Wearing his mask through the house.
Oh,
that pissed
my
me
God.
off.
Yeah.
That
I was like, this motherfucker thinks we're dirty.
No,
I was
you know what it is?
I think about that, like, that'll be an intrusive thought that I have when I'm driving.
you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Remember what happens. For those of you that don't know, I pulled up to their apartment. This is the first time I'd ever, like, I feel like it's the first time I ever, like, hung out with everybody at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was, like, if you could even call it hanging out, because, like, I walked in, Drew was, like, going to give me, I think it was, like, a vase or something.
Yeah.
And then I walked in, and you guys were all sitting on the couch without your masks, because you all, like, live together and, like, hang out all the time. And I was wearing my mask, so it was, like, it was, like, mid-pandemic. And then I was like, oh, hey, what's up? I like said hi in a really weird way, and you guys were all watching Dave or something. And you're like, oh, what's up? Like, random person.
I remember it was like you, me, Josh, Orion, and maybe Lucas or Christian. It was like one of them. Like, it was like just all of us like sitting around.
I think, yeah. It was definitely, Orion was there.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I don't know what to do. I think I'm just going to keep my mask on.
Dude, I felt so bad because I was like, dude, I like brought him into this environment where like it's just a bunch of people, like not a bunch, like 5 people without a mask, and like I was like, oh my God, he's like freaking out because he's gonna get COVID from us, but we hadn't been anywhere in 2 weeks, so I was just like, yeah.
No, you know what it was? It was like that funny time during the pandemic where everyone's like logical sentences about like or ideas about how to maneuver through groups made no sense, because it wasn't like you being in a mask that bothered me, because I was like, girl, like, yeah, get yours, like I get it, like although we're being safe, like everybody was really concerned.
That was
it makes
when
sense.
Everyone was like just in their apartment.
Yeah, so like I was like, oh, I get it, like you haven't like been out, you're in like this home where like you don't know me and Josh, you don't know if we've been safe, like that makes sense. But what annoyed me was Kai would come into the house and then go into Drew's room and take off his mask, and I was like, that's when it makes no sense. But I don't blame you, because again, I feel like that was like, it's like the restaurant thing where it's like they have you fucking wear your mask going to the bathroom, but then you could go back out and like sit in the middle of a restaurant next to like
spray your viruses everywhere.
and spray spit everywhere.
I remember you made us work outside too for like the first couple.
I made us?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you were like,
don't remind him of that. He's gonna have like a panic attack.
Well, I felt so bad. I was just like, first of all, it's stressful to like enter an apartment with a bunch of people that all know each other and like you don't know anyone.
Terrifying.
Also,
like,
our
that's
group
always
is
a
like the
scary
worst like group to like
assimilate into
because we're so loud. Like
we're loud as fuck, and also we are relentless and merciless, and like if you can't catch on to like the jokes that we're throwing at you, like they don't stop until you either figure it out or you leave
or you
like,
tap out.
Yeah.
Dude.
Most people tap in though, because it's
we
not
turn
like,
people out.
Yeah, it's literally just like, I guess we're not saying
We
none of our
turned Kai out.
I know none of our conversations are ever like super like. It's like we're saying nothing when we speak. Like that's it, and you either like get it, you either get it or you don't.
Or you don't.
Yeah.
But Kai just chill.
I just like vividly remember sitting on the couch while everybody was watching Dave and just wearing my mask, and everybody else wasn't, and they were like, who the fuck is this dude? Because it was like, at that point too, we just didn't even know how dangerous COVID was.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, this is pretty bad. We don't know. Like, we don't even know like how it spreads.
It was honestly like respectful on your end, like almost if you like think back on it, because
it was
like
respectful.
Yeah, when you you like they're really latching onto that. But when you mentioned that, I didn't even remember that day. That day was such a like just
feel
one
like-
of those days during the
Just
pandemic
going
where it
through
was
the
just like
motions.
absolute nothing, like mindless nothing. I think I was straightening my hair, or something. I don't know. I might be thinking of a different day. There were just so many days where all we did was sit on the fucking couch and do shit. But yeah, I do remember you being in the house and wearing
Smoking blunts, eating cheese and crackers.
that was your pandemic.
Yeah.
Why
that's
were
all I did.
those are the two things?
That's
it's just
all
blunts.
I did.
Only blunts and cheese and crackers.
Or eating cheese and crackers.
You were smoking
Goat
cheese.
cheese cream. Creamy goat cheese.
I think
Yeah.
I gave myself a tapeworm, but that's not here or there.
Girl,
Recently?
we need to get tapeworms, Loki. I shouldn't say that. I'm going to say that.
I think
need
I-
a tapeworm.
I have a plug. I have
You got a tapeworm plug?
Yeah.
I do too. It's
Tap
literally
in.
in my fucking hole right now. Like, I'm not kidding.
Girl,
I
give
don't
me
know
an
what
egg.
it, I
Give
don't
me
know.
an egg. Let me see your excrement after you shit, and let me sift.
Oh my
through
god!
it and
Imagine
find
I
an
go
egg.
and like take a little turd right now, and there's little worms
No,
like crawling in
ew,
and out of
ew,
it.
ew,
No,
ew.
I straight up think there's something wrong with my stomach. Like, just for everybody to, as an update, is because all I do is talk about my fucking shit on this podcast. Oh, I thought I was gonna burp, and it almost was throw up. But
That would be so cool.
that would not be cool. I've been, every time I go to poop, it hurts so fucking bad that like I get like really cold and like shake a little. And it's like a really, really gnarly pain, and it's like cramping up, and it's like, it literally feels like I'm gonna throw up as I'm pooping because I'm putting so much strain on my body.
That's really bad. That's how you get hemorrhoids.
Yeah,
No, but that's the thing. I'm not pushing. It's literally like I have to poop, but like to put any pressure on my body, it like sends shocks of like really intense pain in my actual stomach. Not even
Girl,
like my
that's-
abdomen. It's not in my intestines. It's in my stomach up here. It really hurts. And I spend my days.
Boo!
Yeah.
Cry, baby. Cry a little
It
more.
honestly, it is my period. I think it's just my period out of my butt.
Period. Period. Okay, I was saying earlier, my new saying is, immediately eye rolls from Inya.
I'm
Because
excited.
Drew was trying to get this out earlier. We were walking on
Let
the
me
sidewalk.
get some boots, but hold the house. Boots, house on the side.
Oh, that's really good.
Let me get some boots, house on the side. Maybe down it. Put it on the down low.
The down payment.
DL.
Maybe put it on the down payment of the house.
DL.
With the side of the boots.
Let me get a side of boots, hold the house. That's it. Let me get a side of boots, hold the house.
That's cool. Like when you said that, I feel like I lit up.
You
That was like that was you lighting up.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was me lighting up. I have depression.
Yeah, girl, we
Me
know.
too, we know.
But that, you know how that fucking came up is I illegally park my car in this one street all the time. Today I finally was faced with the repercussions and I got a ticket, a big, hefty, fat, stinking ticket. To be fair, I pushed it. I left that car there for like 2 hours. Like I was really feeling myself.
Unreal. We went and ate for an hour and we came back and we were like, ooh, like no
ticket.
And then we went in for another hour.
Yeah, we went to a different store for an
pushed
hour.
it.
Girl,
Yeah.
we thought our power went out today. Sorry, that's another story.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's after this. This came up is because when I was parking my car, I was like, I wonder if they would tow my car or put a boot on it. And then I was like, why have no companies gone out of their way to make like portable boots that you could put on your own car to trick towing companies and shit into thinking that you just have a boot on your car already
That's a
so you
really
can
good
leave
idea.
it legal.
Or
like,
fake tickets. Put fake
yeah,
tickets
literally.
in your windshield.
I think about that
My
all the time.
friend-
If I get a ticket and I'm like, bitch, I'm just committing to it, and I leave the ticket on there for the rest of the day because I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna double me up?
My friend would just do that. He just had a ticket that he would just put on his windshield.
I'm gonna
it's,
keep
like,
the ones
super
from today and just put it there.
Advanced.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking do that too then. But yeah, I was like saying that, and then I was like, should I put boots on all 4 of my wheels and give my car a pair of boots? Boots, literally boots.
Boots
And then
the car down.
Let
Drew
me get a set of
stuttered
boots,
like
hold the
insanely
house.
to try to get that sentence out. He was like, oh wait. He was like, no, oh wait, no, I'm gonna say this for the podcast. No, wait, no.
I should say it now. And then I was like, can I get some boots? No, I'm gonna. And then he was like, Drew, shut the fuck up and just say it on the podcast. But with that said, we thought our power went out today.
Yeah, we thought our bill.
How long was it out for? Like 3 hours?
Like 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're doing the same naughty thing. It's like literally an addiction. Like we're addicted to seeing how high the number can go. And we've ever since we paid it last, like we haven't paid it again.
You know what it is like the power going
Our
out
power
from not
bill,
paying
it
it. Reminds me of my childhood. It just reminds me of that fear, like of like being home and feeling safe, but then the power going out and being like, what happened? And my dad being like, put all the food in the cooler with the ice.
Dude, the power going out when you were younger was the coolest thing.
I know, lighting candles.
Yeah.
Did y'all light candles?
Yeah, we would light candles. And I remember like one time it went out and my neighbor at the time I had like a crush on. I was like, we were both like 13 or
Y'all
something.
boned?
No, we didn't bone.
Oh,
We
whatever.
didn't bone.
Why
That's not
are you
where the
telling
story's going.
Like, I don't know why.
I
you're
just
telling it.
remember like she like moved in like 6 months earlier or something, and I was like so afraid to ever like even like talk to them. I remember like the power went out and we all like all the neighbors like went out and were like standing in the street just
Such a
talking about it.
vibe.
And I
I did
remember
that-
like she was there and I was like, oh my god, this is so exciting.
Wait, what's the point of telling a story if y'all don't have sex in it?
Stories can like.
It's
not
not
have sex.
about the destination, it's about the journey.
Facts. No,
No, it's about the
literally,
climax.
When we went to
For Anya, it's all about busting.
I know, it's all about getting to that peak of pleasure.
when we had that recent power outage, I felt like such a dad. Like I went outside and stood in the road with my hands on my side like this, and I was like trying to like communicate with the other neighbors, and none of them talked to me. They were all dubbing the fuck out of me. I was like, "So is y'all's power out too?" I'm assuming, and they were just like look at me, and like I was like, "Okay, I'm
They're
going
like,
inside
dude,
now."
do you
Dude.
live in this area? Like,
That image of you standing with your hands like against your back is so
I
sick.
was like, "Okay, I'm going inside now."
And then I was at Erewhon and I bought 1,000,000 of the most probably expensive little candles
Tea
ever
light
because I was like,
candles.
oh, it's just gonna be cute. Like I want to rush back home
Girl.
and light them up for like all of our friends that are at home. And the light went out on right when I paid for that.
Dude, I used one of those randomly one day when you were gone, and it burnt, and I'm not kidding, the entire thing burnt and went out in 5 minutes, and that I'm not exaggerating. Like it melted.
You know what
and
it
all
is?
of the
It's
wax
because
was
it's
gone.
beeswax.
Yeah,
It's
all
like-
of the wax was gone. I was like, what the fuck? I like went to and took a shower, and I came back and it was already out and all the wax was gone, and I was like, did Josh drink the wax? Swear to God, went into my head. Went through my head.
But the reason I was watching that Sly Cooper thing yesterday, that video game, is literally because one of my fondest memories of playing that is like our god family used to live across the street from us. And then when, I think it was Hurricane Katrina. It wasn't Hurricane Andrew. Maybe it was. Whatever hurricane hit Miami, and it was like pretty gnarly. Like it was one of the bad hurricanes when I was younger. After it hit Miami, our god family's house actually got like really fucked up, like the roof, so they couldn't stay there. And when the power finally came back on, we were all talking, and like all of my god siblings like came over, and we were all hanging out, and like we finally got to play
you
something.
have siblings that are gods?
Yeah,
Wait, what?
you didn't know that?
No, nobody knew that.
Oh,
What
okay.
the
Well,
fuck?
when God actually likes you and cares about you, he like gives you even more family because he wants you to be surrounded by extra love. Y'all don't have that?
No.
Oh my God. You should speak to him.
So you guys were all just playing. Sly
We were
Cooper?
playing Sly Cooper, like when the power came back. That was like the first video game we were playing. And I was so happy because that was my favorite game. And I was like, I'm so happy I get to play this game again because I thought I was going to die during the hurricane. Because it was just like anytime a hurricane hit and it was that crazy, I was like swore I was going to die. And it was a crazy hurricane. Like our backyard was full of trees and all the trees got knocked down.
You had hurricanes, I had tornadoes, and Kai had fires.
I had fires, yeah. My parents' live in Northern California, and my parents' house have almost burned down like 5 times.
Damn.
Have y'all ever had like a fire experience?
Of like our house burning down.
Or like something close to it?
Yeah, no, in 2018, the fire like reached almost our backyard.
Oh my God.
Like my parents could see it, and then they evacuated everything.
Dude,
That's
that's
a
insane. That's
nightmare.
literally my nightmare. It's because I'm like, I'm
Literally, if our house burnt down, I'm not kidding, I would kill myself. And that's like not a joke. Like I don't think I would. All my little trinkets that I've collected over the last 3 years, like what am I gonna do?
that's
What's the
my
point of
thing is
life?
I'm like, oh my God, all my
We're
little
little
like
gremlins. Like we're literally goblins, and we have our little
No,
shiny
yeah, I have my
objects.
trinkets that I like go and I collect and I add them to my room and I
Yeah.
can't stop. Every time I'm
If-
out, I see a little trinket. I'm like, this needs to be added to my collection.
Yeah.
If my house burned down, ketamine treatment has worked so well for me that even that wouldn't affect me, and I would just like turn it
You're
into a
so
positive.
advanced. Kai, who do you
Yeah.
like more, me or Inya?
I was gonna say something so mean and you were gonna win it. I was gonna be like, girl, you wouldn't care because the clothes on your back is like the same thing you wear every day.
Okay, cut
Kai,
that.
who do you like more? Kai, who
I'm
do you
sorry,
like more?
Kai, you're awesome. That was a joke.
Okay, thank
Who
you.
do you like more, me or Inya?
Okay, so
He's
I was
obviously
talking
closer
to you guys at Chateau. That's how we first met, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So we can just go back to that story if you want. Just like circle back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
What does that have to do with? Oh, you're
What is
avoiding
it?
the question.
I'm not avoiding anything. I was just like,
You can be honest. You're.
Like,
I feel like you're closer to Drew. It'd make more sense if you picked Drew.
Well, he's hesitating, which makes me believe that he likes you more, and he's scared to let me down.
I'm closer to Drew, but I do like you guys equally. The reason why I say that, even though I'm closer to Drew, is because I'm afraid of women. So even though it seems like I like Drew more, see, I can't even look at you. Even though it seems like I like Drew more, I actually like you guys perfectly equally. And
which is disrespectful to me.
No, it's not. Oh
Why is that?
God.
Why do you have to?
I love that
I
people
don't know.
can
It
see.
is a little.
I'm actually glad that
toxic.
people can see the manipulation and gaslighting in real time.
God, you're the one manipulating and gaslighting me.
No, I'm not.
I know it is.
You're over
It
there
is funny
saying
because
you like Inya more than me.
it's also funny because Drew just asked you a question and you're making it this whole thing and you're gaslighting him.
And then you just said you like Inya more, and now I'm trying to get you.
No, I didn't say that I liked any more. I like you guys equally.
I hate that I'm doing this to
He
y'all.
said that he wants me and my family to burn in
You
a
know, this isn't
fire
the first
in his
time I've caused
backyard.
like violence like this between
He
two men.
said his backyard caught on fire, and he thought about throwing me into the fire.
I never said that.
you
guys
did say that, and because you get
subjective.
final cut, you're gonna cut that out.
You guys are seeing this, right? You guys are seeing this.
Mm-hmm.
Look, as the third to this polyamorous relationship.
Oh, we haven't talked about that.
Oh.
Come on, lock hands, everybody. Hold my
my
hand.
hand's really sweaty, but
I literally
My
don't
hands
care.
have pee on them.
I can't. I have
Hold
to
his
use-
wrist. Hold his wrist.
Okay.
No, other wrist. The
Other wrist?
Yeah,
Oh.
we need to make a circle because that
We're making a fucking triangle right now.
girl.
Bad things.
Okay, we are in a three-way polyamorous relationship.
Yeah, this is the. big
Kai
announcement.
cannot look Inya in the eyes though.
I am still afraid of women, but
Partially
it's
because-
working.
I
Guys,
told
look
them
me in
it-
the eyes. I think.
Yeah.
Don't,
Okay.
don't hold it.
I just did it. You guys saw that. I did it, and she went ew. So that's why. I
Because it
know.
was like you're like too close.
Kai,
to
can you
me.
make eye contact with me?
Yeah, easy. You have hunter eyes.
Hunter?
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
a predator.
What does that
like,
mean?
I have
oh,
prey eyes.
No, I'm a.
What?
I kill.
Okay,
I'm a
fucking
killer.
let go. My arms
Oh
hurt.
my god.
And Kai's blocking all my good light. Like I need to y'all get
Oh,
on
wow,
here
I am.
and you think about saying sentimental things. I get on here and I'm like, I need to look good and get clipped for
Just
looking
the
good.
polyamorous
Yeah.
relationship, it has its ups and downs, but like at the end of the day, like we make it work.
Yeah.
It's good because since Kai is like not brave enough to say that he wants more love and affection from us, we can just like be really dismissive and like forget Kai's in the relationship sometimes, and then we're like, oh my god, Kai, like
Yeah.
Pick up the slack.
I
Kai
know.
builds forts for us, and he he buys things and drives us around.
Okay, here's my take on polyamorous relationships.
Okay.
Everyone's like,
be careful. You're walking into public scrutiny. Now you know how hard it is to be
Yeah.
us.
yeah, I know. I just like looked into the camera and had an
You
existential
realize
crisis.
how many people
The
you were
weight.
talking to?
Yeah.
It's three people.
Okay, so people are like, they can't work. It's like, oh, it's like that shit's
yeah,
hard.
there are a lot of people who are like, that shit isn't real.
Yeah. Like I feel like a lot of people. I feel like after 30, all of a sudden, like people just have the urge to become polyamorous now. But like before that, most people are pretty skeptical of it.
Yeah.
And I've heard people just be like, no, that shit can't work. Like if you have like 7 people, like fucking.
But look at
it's-
us.
Yeah, but look at us, right? Like we're a perfect example of how polyamory can work.
And it could be beautiful.
But my real like thing is that like 98% of monogamous relationships fail. Like what are we comparing that to?
99.
99.9% of every relationship.
But then I
That's
guess
key.
you're not taking into account of like how much research has there actually been about like the longevity of polyamorous
Relationships are phony. No one was ever meant to be in a relationship. We were all just meant to like have sex and make babies and then
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not disagreeing with it. I think it's really cute to be in love. But I think polyamory is like biologically like what we were supposed to do. I agree with it, but I genuinely,
yourself, you
for
can't.
right now in my life, I used to be like, oh yeah, I could be like poly. Like, of course, like I could figure that out. But like, the more I think about it, it literally scares the fuck out of me that like I don't have full possession over a
Yeah,
person.
I don't. I like. Okay, 2 things is like I think it's dumb for anybody to like look at any kind of like relationship like structure and be like, oh, that shit doesn't make sense, fuck that, like it's
work.
stupid, it doesn't work. Because I genuinely do think like every single person you meet, like even your closest friends, like the deeper you get into it, like within your friendships, I think you find that like everybody has such a specific way about in which they cater to like romantic or like intimate relationships. It's just like such a different playing field, and it really is by person. It's very different. Like you can have two people who are very monogamous, but or like you can have two, like not two people in a relationship, but like put two people in a room who are really monogamous, believe in monogamy, but then their ideas of sex and like how like important or how like how much they let sex like affect their idea of monogamy. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like there are
No, that
people who
makes
like
sense.
like for me, like I personally, especially at this point in my life, like I see like sexual relationships as like a big thing. Like I'm not somebody I'm not somebody who
Literally.
can partake in like, yeah, I'm not someone who could be like a dirty little slut like Drew. It's like disgusting. Like
Yeah.
and Drew
Screaming,
should
I'm a whore.
I'm literally trying to like have as much sex as possible.
see, and I
Faithfully.
can't do
Yeah.
that. Like I'm just like I genuinely like I physically can't get myself to do that because I'm just not someone who like at the end of the day is that interested in sex.
Every
Actually, that's
rose-
literally a lie.
okay,
I'm so
listen,
horny.
Every rose literally does have its thorns.
Oh my god. He said this yesterday.
I'm
I
gonna
made
shove
it
your
up.
mic
I
up
made
your
it up.
ass and it's gonna come out your mouth and I'm gonna put you on a fucking fire like a little skewer.
I would actually love that. So
Yeah.
it's not even a
And
bad
I'm
thing.
gonna watch.
Why are you gonna watch?
I'm just gonna watch.
Pants
Watch.
on or off?
They will start on, and then they will come off. About 3 minutes in.
Oh well, I forgot the super serious thing I was trying to say because Drew literally interrupted me by
I
yelling
said
he's a whore.
something so important.
I was like
I was
hella
adding
going
my
in.
ideas.
It's so crazy, like being up here and seeing it happen, or like you like talking about you like expressing something, and then Drew just screaming, "I'm a whore!"
Like just to break it. But basically I was saying like I think the same thing goes in with polyamory. I'm sure there's people who are a part of polyamorous situations and like do have tinges of believing in monogamy, but
Yeah.
like it's just everybody is on their own spectrum of like where they fall. So like being like polyamory doesn't fucking work is so stupid because it really does work for some people.
Yeah.
But I think relationships in general, whether they be like polygamous, monogamous, platonic, like no matter what, like relationships are meant to like for the most part
Methodist,
sizzle out and like
Catholic.
go in and out of your life because like that's what. Yeah, like you were saying, bitch, we're fucking. What the fuck were you saying? You were saying like religions. I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. But you were saying like, yeah, we are just fucking animals, and like I think the reason humans like partnership is because it's like a really big growing thing, and you can lean on someone emotionally. Blah 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 blah.
If you think about
but like,
it, we're just animals on a spinning rock floating in outer space at terminal velocity.
that's literally every 13-year-old who refuses to do their
Girl,
homework. That's what
me
they say.
unironically now. Like, I literally like think about that sometimes, and it freaks me the fuck out. But it is grounding. I'm like, girl, I don't know.
What? What's your guys' body count?
Oh my god,
Literally,
Kai.
actually, unironically, I don't know. It's like that's
You
not
don't
a
know?
joke. Yeah. When I go back
I
to
don't know
Texas,
either,
I
'cause
literally
I-
Mine was
when
high
I go
enough.
back to Texas, I literally turn up.
I wish
That's
mine
not
was
a
high
joke.
enough for I didn't know.
Turn the fuck up.
You turn the fuck up.
Next, like literally next
No,
time
he
I'm in
literally
Texas,
turns the fuck up. He
Yeah.
turns it up.
Damn.
I will actually send you a detailed account of every time I hook up with someone if you want me to do that for you.
Yes, please.
Why don't I get to be a part of that?
You can be a part of it too.
Yeah, tap
I
me
just
in.
asked the body count question.
Start it.
I
did.
always ask the body count
We have the
question. He's
emergency.
obsessed.
We have the emergency intercom group chat, and then we have Drew's body count group chat.
You should start a Discord for us,
No,
where only you can talk. No, don't bring up Discord. Do not bring up Discord. Oh my god.
but yeah, I'll just give you a very detailed account of every. I mean, there was one recently that I had to tell you about.
Yeah.
That was just crazy. I told you about it
Yeah.
too.
That one was steamy.
What the fuck was I gonna say?
Well, there were two actually.
Kai always brings up body count, and literally when I met you, I thought you were a fucking slut. But that's because I think every man is a slut, and I do believe that.
All right, we're gonna throw this photo up. Oh my god. You actually look so fucking sexy in
I
that
know.
photo.
I'm like a sexy hot.
That is
man.
the sexiest man I've ever seen in my
That's
entire
such a
life.
man photo.
I know, and I look good as fuck. Like when
I
I,
got
saw it,
scared.
I'm not. This is like actually airing myself out, but when I saw this photo, it turned me on a little bit. Do you ever see yourself and you see it like in the mirror?
all the fucking time.
You're like, damn,
No,
like
I've never
I'm literally
experienced
hot.
that.
All the time when for the most part when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, damn, I'm so hot, and I immediately turn around and I like want to cry because I'm like, I can't believe what I just fucking witnessed. Like, but
Drew emoji coming soon. Like and share. Take notes.
you've said that forever. Drew emoji is coming as soon as like you've also been like, I'm gonna get a Tesla for like 8 years. Like,
Can I fucking live? I cannot live around anybody anymore. I'm busting out the notes already, girls. Two types of people in the
Wait,
world: those
you
who
guys-
like bagel bites and those who like pizza bites.
Was I supposed to prepare for this?
What? No.
Like notes?
What?
Kai, are you like
Kai,
on like you're
literally
coming
vibe
out of a
terrorist.
K-hole right now. You're like freaking out.
Oh, should we talk about that? Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Your ketamine treatments? I don't know if that's like private to you, but
No, yeah, I'm down.
that shit is so fascinating to me, and I'm sure someone out there will love it or relate to it.
Yeah.
Go relate.
This was our first conversation ever. Was basically like, I also think about this like when we first started talking. I think about the fact that like somehow within 30 seconds we were just both talking about being violently depressed.
No,
Like-
I've said this before. Literally, people have auras and energies that
Yeah.
you can trust, and like you're a very trusting person, and I feel like I have the same trusting aura. Like, look at me.
I
Kai,
do
can
feel
you
that.
Like
I
a
also
black
think
aura
because
around me.
during the time we met you, literally it was in 2019, like earlier in the year of
Yeah.
2019, and that is when I was literally so depressed. That's all I would talk about. Like that's
Yeah.
all I talked about. Is like
It was just
me
at the
being like,
forefront of
I'm
our
so fucking
brains.
sad.
Interesting. Yeah, so what we essentially talked about is when I turned like 14, I just felt like I was getting very chemically depressed. Like the type of shit where you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh wow, like this is gonna be a fucking very hard day. And I started the whole like prescription drug saga over like 10 years of just trying basically every SSRI, like antipsychotics, I was on lithium at one point, which is like kind of
Crazy.
insane. But yeah, like that went on until I think I was like 23 or 24. So this was like 20 years ago. But
Wait, you're 47 right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
yeah, I'm 47.
Oh, that's kind of slay.
Wait, what the
you look really good for
fuck?
47.
You're serving
Thank
for
you.
47.
Anya, what
You
the
look
fuck?
really good for
You guys saw
47.
that?
That was
She
the
complimented
first
me?
Unless you're
compliment
lying and
Anya's-
you're like actually like 27, because if that's the case, then you look really bad for
Oh my
27.
God.
We can move on. But yeah, so when I was like 24, I was like, I don't know what else to do. I had never done a psychedelic drug. I had never I had heard of ketamine, but I had never I was like very skeptical of it. I just kind of felt like, how can this drug that like gabbers in London do at raves help you with your depression? And
it gives you crystals in your bladder.
yeah, exactly. And my parents were just like, well, if you want to do this, we'll support you. And I'm really fucking lucky to have parents that have stuck with me over a total of 15 years at this point, trying everything, and supported me through this. And I did it, and I was really skeptical of it. I was skeptical to say whether or not it worked until a year after I started it. But
Damn.
at this
How many
point,
treatments is that?
I don't know.
over
I
a
think it
year?
was 12 or 13.
Damn.
Yeah.
Were you getting it once a month?
Yeah, it was once a month. You go in, and it's 2 doctors. You talk to them for 30 minutes, and then you get an intramuscular injection of it, and it's basically what people do when they experience a K-hole. I think they're doing a fraction of what they inject you with, and also
Yeah.
you metabolize it really fucking quickly.
Oh, so you're doing
it's a K-hole times 1,000.
Oh my God, an incredulous amount.
It destroys
Heroic
your
dose.
sense of ego within you go from 1 minute of being completely sober to minute 3 of questioning if I'm me or if I'm my dad. I truly don't know.
Dude, that's so scary.
Yeah.
That would fuck me up forever. I don't know if I could ever do that.
Yeah.
Also, to preface this, because I don't want any of y'all watching this to be like, oh my God, that's awesome, I'm gonna go do street ketamine.
Oh,
this is
absolutely.
all
Please don't do
medical
street
grade.
ketamine.
Yeah, this is all medical grade, going in
Overseen by doctors.
Yeah, overseen
Yeah.
by doctors. It's very medically advised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want. I don't want any of you
We don't want
euphoria
any of
ass
our
bitches to be
followers
like,
turning into ketamine rats. We don't need ketamine rat
Yeah,
viewers.
street ketamine is also like not pure ketamine.
yeah, it's like dangerous as fuck.
And there's also 2 different types of ketamine, and one of them is like actually better for neurogenesis and like growing your brain and whatever. The other one is like, I don't think.
And you
that's
started
good.
taking it also because you heard that it grows your balls too, right?
Oh,
like, it
yeah,
grows
yeah.
your brain and balls.
It grows your balls, yeah. So now my balls are really big.
Yeah.
I know.
In the morning, he has to like, you know.
What?
Why'd you?
We don't have
You
to talk.
know.
Drew, just like chill.
No, just keep going because I'm gonna get pissed if you start talking about it.
Polly.
Poly vibes. But yeah, so I was really skeptical of it. I was really skeptical of any psychedelics in general because I was just like honestly just fucking afraid of like all of the horror stories that you hear growing up. But yeah, like after a year, I can look back at that time of when I started the treatment and so much of my life is better. I will never say like this is for everyone because I don't know. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
a
just
really,
like SSRIs. Some people have like super good experiences.
Yeah,
and some
it's
people like
literally
literally
some people have
it
awesome
destroys them.
experiences.
resistant.
Some people get super horny on Wellbutrin and are able to have an infinite
Give me that.
amount
Give me
of
that.
sex.
Give me that. Give
Yeah,
me
I
that.
mean,
When
I
I was on
Give me that.
Wellbutrin, my penis essentially fell off. So it's very different
It's
for everyone.
really weird down there now.
Yeah, it's super weird.
It's beautiful.
What is like
It's
the
smooth. It's
average
really smooth.
like session look like? That's like interesting. Like
It's like 3 hours, and you go in, you talk about your intentions, about like what you've been struggling with.
so it's like an intentions thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get the injection, and yeah, you slip into a completely different dimension that I feel like if I try to explain it, it might be really abstract and honestly kind
Do it.
of. Okay, it feels like the first time I did it, it felt like I was being pressed in between the pages of a book, and every page was like a different universe, and I was like moving between each of these different universes.
I've had like weed trips.
I was gonna
like
say
that.
because I've literally had a weed
we've
induced
talked about
psychosis that literally
Really?
feels like flipping through pages of a book, but in like
Yeah.
a really bad way.
horrific way.
Yeah, in like
Yeah.
a way where I'm like I had that too, or like
traumatizing.
yeah, I had like I
PTSD.
don't know who I am. Like I've had to ask people.
Yeah,
from
essentially
a
like
bad
an ego
weed.
death or close to ego death experience.
Mine gave me. I came out
Ego
on the
death
other
isn't
end.
real. If you
No, you can.
No, you can.
we
Yeah,
dive
you can
into
end that.
no.
That was it. That was actually the
Ego
entire.
death isn't technically real because if you experience ego death, your ego wouldn't be there to be active after the fact to explain that you had ego death.
Oh, T.
Well, I came out.
That's kind of logical.
That does make sense.
I came out with bigger boobs after my psychosis, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just
One was heavier than the other, so I had to induce myself in psychosis again from weed so that they could even out.
Oh, to even it out.
Yeah.
That's so
They're still
cool.
a little uneven, but like, you know, that.
That's really cool. But yeah, sometimes the experience is really like obtuse and really hard to like grasp, and sometimes it's very clear. Like I had
what the universe is trying to tell you to do.
Yeah, like I had this really visceral experience of like doing it, and then all of a sudden I was just in a room, and I was in like my childhood bedroom, and I was playing Toontown, and I was
The hell?
standing behind myself, like playing Toontown, like as an adult, and I
you
was
took
like,
that you should play Toontown as an adult.
yeah, and I was like, I need to get back into Toontown.
And you rotted your life.
Yeah. No, but I was just like observing myself as a child and just like seeing how much pain I was in. And I think like that is kind of like an overarching theme of the treatment of just opening yourself up to like a sense of empathy towards yourself. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it does make sense because I think like that's why therapy was like good for me, but that's obviously a different experience because that's like literally vocalizing it. But I think about like, oh, I'm sure being like medically induced into this position where you are vulnerable and you don't have a choice of being vulnerable with yourself.
Yeah.
But like when I first started therapy, like I ran away from it for like ever because like being that vulnerable and like
Totally.
forcing yourself over those gaps was like almost impossible. And then it made it more comfortable to be depressed because I was like, well, I don't have to like be like really uncomfortable and vulnerable and like face all this pain that I have. I can just like sulk and be sad and be like, I know what this feeling is. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I think that's when you get really into like a cyclical spiral of depression where you're like your behavior's wrong, so then your like life gets kind of worse. You're waking up late, you're eating shitty, so you feel bad about eating shitty.
Yeah, no, and it just like digs you deeper and deeper.
When you get really like 10 years into that process, for me, I didn't know how to get out of it. I had no clue. I did the research, but like every time
pre-internet.
Yeah, this was in the 80s. When
the way that I was kind of like, oh my God, it was.
Yeah,
like,
when you said that, I don't know why. I was just like, yeah, it was pre-internet. It was.
Oh, we're not recording.
Oh my
You
God.
can't get me with my own joke.
Ew.
Look, I just have nothing to add to this conversation, so I'm just sitting over here in my own head being like, oh my God, like, I don't even know who I am. So y'all are triggering me right
Well,
now.
I'm sorry that our
trigger
self-exploration and self-growth that we've taken on is harming you. You're just like you're gaslighting us.
Threatening you.
Yeah, you're gaslighting us into feeling bad for feeling good about ourselves.
I know where both of your families live,
You could not say my family's address if your life depended on it.
but I know where they live, and I am capable of
Yeah, I'm sure if you spent like
dangerously-
10 days in Miami, you could maybe figure it out.
I'm a killer.
The killer is here.
I'm a killer.
Um,
You're gonna die soon.
do you think you walk out of every
Both of you
ketamine?
will die soon.
Drew the other day was like, oh, I had this really morbid thought. It's really, really bad, but I don't want to ruin the vibe. And I was like, dude, just fucking say it. Get it out of your system. Like, you have to process this, like, whatever. And he was like, our group's so big, and I just feel like there's no way that all of us make it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, we were on our way to the aquarium to go look at fish. And then we just
I'm not
went
kidding.
silent.
I
for,
think
like, a
about that
couple-
actually all the time.
Yeah, see,
like,
me and Josh thought about it too.
But more so recently, I've really felt like I'm gonna die soon. Like really
You're gonna
recently,
die soon.
like I'm not kidding and I'm not being dramatic. Every time I say bye to people, I'm like, oh, I gotta
This
get
is
in
my
like an I
last
love you
goodbye.
because like they're gonna remember me. And then I'm like, oh, like I have to like make sure that like I just like say a proper
Well,
goodbye.
3 nights ago, you didn't say I love you before bed.
I always
and
say it. I
not
say it
3
in the
nights
hallway.
ago.
Oh,
Yeah, and I did not forget it. But also,
I say goodnight every night.
I didn't say it, so.
Do you,
I know you didn't initiate.
Anya, do you kind of feel like something big is coming?
Kai,
Yeah, my big fucking clit is about to come.
Something
My
big
big
is
clit is
literally coming soon.
Guys, I figured out what the big thing is.
What is it?
It's me being on the podcast.
No, it's me.
Well, I guess
dying.
it is a big bad thing. So yeah, you're right.
Girl, the ultimate big thing is me keeling over and passing away and turning to fucking dust. But if I actually do, okay, if I do die legitimately, I want a funeral world tour. Have I talked about that before?
Wait, what?
You,
Were you, like,
we've
casket?
talked about this.
Put me in a casket and fly me across the world to different stadiums and tour my fucking body. I will be
Dude.
the first funeral world tour.
And
Fill me with sawdust, baby.
we're
I don't
going
give a
cross
fuck.
seas with him. We're going to Milan.
Yeah.
Okay,
Take me to Milan.
that
We're
sounds
going to
fun.
Milan,
Roll me down
Paris.
Fashion Week fucking runway for Prada.
We'll prop
Why
you
is
up.
that giving the same energy as that insane Michael Jackson video?
Yeah,
that
no,
you showed
that's
me?
Oh,
me and Drew like
season 2's
literally.
coming soon.
Yeah, me and Drew like we're only
locked
going
in.
up. We only need to just like make enough money off of this so that we can become like the most like out of world performers ever. Like that's like my plan. Is like we're gonna do live podcasts, but like you're gonna expect us to sit, but we're gonna dance.
We're gonna be fucking floating above the stage. Legitimately,
It's gonna be the Life of
that's-
Pablo tour
It's
stage.
gonna be Righteous Gemstones tour, but like, and I'm like literally floating like this, dead body style.
But yeah, recently I've been feeling like I'm gonna die. I don't know why. I'm just like, you know what I think it is? I've been on too many planes recently, and I'm like, I'm really upping the chances of me being on a fatal flight.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I'm like
not
really
recording
upping them.
on the.
You think you're funny? I've been looking at it the whole time.
Oh really?
Yeah, because usually I would look at your boner, but it's blocking it. So I
You
just have
guys
to
saw
look at
that? You guys saw that?
Saw what? You mean heard it? Like what are you like? You're hallucinating.
my name.
Also,
Girl.
before anybody comments on my outfit, like I know everyone is having a key saying I look like Catholic slay, but I'm in my Fran Lebowitz era. I'm just like,
Oh my god.
Okay, are you
This is the
chasing
big thing.
peace or are you chasing pleasure?
Oh, interesting.
I'm in the middle.
I am probably. I think I used to be chasing pleasure a lot more, thinking that it would bring me peace. But in the last like 6 months, I feel like I've been better at evaluating what peace actually is for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not fully there yet. Like I think I'm like 3/4 of the way of being like, no, not even that. I'm like a quarter of the way to actually chasing it successfully, but I'm still mostly chasing pleasure.
I'm chasing peace.
I dabble
Y'all
in
know
both.
my game plan. Y'all know my game plan.
Yeah, I dabble in both. I think I need to take up more sessions of therapy so that I can be closer to peace again because I haven't been talking to my therapist enough.
The past 2 weeks were scary for me, but I'm coming back around. 3 weeks, but I'm coming back around.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mexico hurt you?
Just pre Mexico. I just was like in a bad place
Oh.
mentally.
I
And no one seems to notice. That's the craziest thing about
No, the
me,
craziest thing is everybody notices. It's all anybody talks about.
When I'm in a bad place, no one seems to ask, Drew, how are you? How are you doing? It's always,
Because,
Drew,
Drew,
can we
you-
go here? Can we do this? Drew, can you buy this for me? Both of you.
No one has ever asked you to go anywhere. You don't have a car.
I
Where
do
are you
ask-
taking anyone? To hell?
I honestly do ask Drew to buy me things all the time. And he does spoil me sometimes.
I spoil them. I'm getting him a Berkey.
Yes.
You're
What
getting
color
Guy-
Berkey you want?
You're getting Guy a Birkin back.
Ostrich.
Baby wants green one.
Green Berkey.
Baby wants little green Berkey.
Emerald Berkey.
Yeah.
Alligator squin.
Still recording?
Okay. Well, this is awkward now.
Because, like, why did y'all do that? It went on for so fucking long.
Because it was real. You're fucking jealous of us, what we have.
You're jealous
I'm
that
not
you're
jealous.
not in a baby daddy
Maybe.
relationship.
I don't have anything else to say to you fucking freaks. Oh, yeah, I didn't even finish my
Girl,
thought.
this
I'm in my...
podcast has been 15 minutes long. Like, we've been talking for like 8 minutes.
I know every time we
total.
like talk on here, I get freaked out because I'm like, I can never tell if I'm talking for 5 minutes or like 3 hours. But I could go on forever. Oh, also, we did not watch Being John Malkovich.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
not even like close.
We
Like, we
didn't
watched.
attempt it.
I watched like 3 other movies, and it didn't even cross my mind. But we'll bring it up next week, and then next week we'll be like, oh my god, we still haven't watched it. Sorry. Like,
Yeah, it's just such a hard movie to watch. And Requiem for a Dream as
Requiem.
well. Yeah.
I have some notes.
Okay.
Actually.
Your phone
Tap
is on
in.
camera, so you better
Tap
hope
in.
you don't have like sex coming up.
I don't have sex on my phone right now. Do you
Tap
think I have
in.
like porn on my phone during the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a note that says, "We have jester's privilege." Do you guys know what that is?
Oh, yeah. Where
Have you
you
seen
can
that?
be. Where
Like
you
our
can,
friend Jester.
No,
Sorry.
unrelated.
Like, you can say
I
whatever
think
the
you
fuck
said
you
it.
want and then get away with it because no
Yeah.
one cares what you're saying because you've never said a real thing in
Exactly.
your life.
I say real things all the time. On this podcast, I'm saying important things. I'm serving politics. I'm serving news.
That's
I'm
funny,
serving
Anya.
media.
That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Because she's always joking. She's always
Real
joking.
shit.
That was funny.
That's it for your note?
No, I have other ones. Drew, when are you gonna let me hit?
Oh my god.
Baby, come on.
After this?
Maybe not after.
Oh my god. I actually love it when you play games with me.
Maybe soon.
Sometimes I come over and I just feel like I'm a little ball of yarn and you're like a cat and you're just like pawing me around.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what's happening. I mean, buy me something nice.
Okay.
Treat me.
I'll buy you something. I'll buy you some Ethereum.
Ooh, ETH.
Yeah.
Girl.
So, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me fucking let me
You're
let me
interrupting.
say something. Y'all are literally sexting. You're being fucking sluts on camera. Like, get a
And-
grip. Have some self-respect. You're both going to
The
hell.
jealousy's coming out. Girl, this polyamorous relationship is not going to work if you keep getting jealous of me.
I
and
don't
Kai.
give a
Yeah.
fuck. I actually don't give a fuck. How about that? Break up with me. Oh, break up with me. Break up with me. You're not gonna fucking do it. Fuck you, bitch.
Okay, yeah, we're done.
We're done.
Kai? We're
That's not how this works.
Poly
I am-
relationship is now a monogamous
If I
relationship.
ever get broken up with, I've said this before, but like I'm gonna just keep claiming that motherfucker just to spite them. Like, break up with me. Like, I'm gonna lie. Like, I'm literally gonna lie and make you look like a fucking cheater since you want to break up with me. And you know what's funny is I always get dumped. Like, I'm always the
What?
dumpy. I'm always getting dumped. Yeah, I've never broken up with somebody. Like, I always get dumped.
Really?
It's probably because I'm just so good, and every person who dates me is like, oh my god.
Well,
she's,
you
like,
are
too
the
good.
common denominator in that situation.
That's very surprising. I wouldn't have assumed that.
That she gets dumped.
Yeah.
Oh, I get dumped.
And you
big
just
time.
is like in love and will like stick out a toxic relationship until the end of time if she has.
No, I'm like,
to.
I can fix you. Come back.
You can fix us. You can fix us.
Why are you not begging for us to come back?
Yeah.
Because y'all are fucking sluts and you'll be here no matter what. I could fucking do whatever I want to y'all.
We're
And I
hella
turn around.
ran through. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
y'all are ran through your sluts.
I am ran through, and I run through.
I run through meadows and I pray to Jesus. And
Okay, what's your other notes? You had like 20 there.
I know
I
he
have
has
a
20 and
lot.
he's like insecure.
I've been
I'll read them.
preparing-
I'll read them.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been prepared. No, I don't want you to read them because I'd feel like they're kind of dumb.
I'll read them. No, I won't make fun of you.
Okay.
Oh
This
my
one. Let me see if this makes sense.
God.
Okay. Before Google, it really meant something to know something. Like before you could Google something, it was actually like if somebody had a piece of knowledge about like whatever, like for example, like a style of like knitting. Like that, you really had to go and seek out that person.
Yeah. And now you could just watch a TikTok in like 3 seconds.
And like there used to really be a weight in having knowledge and like passing that on to somebody else, and now that's like gone.
Yeah, I feel the burden of that leaving because I am the last with the knowledge to give. I'm like
Oh,
Google
no.
if it was personified. Google personified. That's me.
Drew's
Well,
in his shaman era.
Girl, there's a photo. There's a doppelganger of me as a shaman. It's the scariest thing I've ever seen. We'll insert it now.
there's a doppelganger
Actually, I'm
of me,
gonna
but it's
find it and
just
show
every
y'all.
other Latino girl with like a wider face and brown eyes is my doppelganger. Like I also look like every girl on the internet.
You look like every other bitch.
I literally do.
Girl, someone called me the default human and it actually fucked me up for like 3 weeks.
Oh, one of the best roasts I've ever received is I had some guy say that I look like a default Sims character.
You
And I
kind of
was
do.
like, I really do.
It's giving
and
default
it hit me
Sims.
pretty hard.
Where's
and then
Well,
somebody
the good
was
news
like,
is not many people look like default Sims, so you're kind of winning.
What the hell? Were we fucking talking about? Oh yeah, me being a fucking book of knowledge.
And I was gonna have a fucking serious comment on that. You,
no, we can bring it back.
My
shut
Let's
up.
circle back.
my
But
shit is
like actually,
popping.
also I feel like now because like knowledge like that is so attainable that more people are just like making it a competition to know how to do random shit of like, oh, I know how to do this and that, and it's like nobody is really like catering to one thing and perfecting
That crap.
one simple craft. Instead, people are like, oh, like it's like quantity over quality now. Like I feel like that's like a
Yeah.
huge thing. It's like, oh, I do this and I also do this and I also do this, and it's like, what happened to the
Yeah.
good old days of everybody putting themselves in a box and staying in that box?
Yeah. I feel like
That's how I sound on this fucking podcast sometimes. I'm like, what happened to the good old days of people not believing in themselves and just like shutting up and sitting
yeah,
down?
like the one guy, one jar, or yeah, the one guy, one jar guy. He only did that.
Yeah,
and
that
he
was-
was good at it.
and he was
and the girl who ate the
fucking-
tampon, she ate her fucking tampon and
yeah,
left.
I am guilty of that though, because I
Of
feel
eating
like
a tampon?
no, of like doing a lot of things. Because I do like rendering, I do 3D rendering, music production.
But that's all like nerd
polyamory.
shit on the computer. Like you're
But
keeping it. You're
you
keeping
don't-
it together.
I'm just addicted to slaying.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I am a servaholic. Like it's actually like I talk to my
slayaholic,
therapist all the
servaholic,
time.
It's really
You know what it is?
debilitating
I've-
condition.
you know what I've-
and I actually do want to take the mic real quick just to talk about it. I can't leave the house without serving the boots, holding the house.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's
You're serving the boost and
Is
holding
that-
the house while you're leaving the house.
yeah.
Drew,
it's-
is that hard? Is that hard for you?
No, I mean it's not easy. I wouldn't say it's.
No,
No.
I'm sure that's not easy.
Yeah, it's like actually really fucking difficult to like be addicted to serving. Like,
Mm-hmm.
could you imagine?
No.
Yeah.
You know what it is I've personally dedicated my life to the sleigh, and every now and then I find like some time to squeeze in a serve. Like I'm committed to the sleigh every day. I do have to slay, whether that be like in a serve degree or not. But sometimes
Yeah.
at night I'm like, you know what? It's my time to go and serve.
Serving to the degree of slay.
Yeah.
To the power of slay. It's give.
Sometimes I look at you and like I like refuse to believe that you're like a human who's made it this far.
No, sometimes I genuinely look at you and I'm like, wait, that's like a real life.
What do you guys think when you look at
That's
me?
my roommate.
What do you guys think when you look at me?
Absolutely nothing.
I want to feel your rock hard muscles and just hold you sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, Kai,
Oh my
I think
God.
you need to be held sometimes.
Kai, this
I
is
do
so
need to be held
dismissive.
really bad.
We've both given Kai a little hold
Yeah,
before.
not enough, but it could be more.
Okay,
like
we're
that.
not dating you, freak.
Find
But
a partner for that, Kai.
no, literally me to Drew. Yesterday we were watching a movie and like this like a person in the movie was getting like a lot of affection. And Drew was like, "Why don't y'all do that to me?" And I was like, "Bitch, because that's a partner's job. Like, go get a fucking partner."
No. Hell no.
Kai, this is super dismissive of you because it's like a sweet thing I'm saying to Drew, and I do love you, and I don't want you to forget that I do love you.
super
But
used
all
to
the time
this.
I think about this, like Drew is like my forever partner. Like, does that make sense?
We literally
like,
are.
I'm not kidding. Like,
I genuinely believe that.
because I was really, really like for like serious thinking about like moving to New York and how like much I want to do that, but I was like, I cannot see myself like not living within the circumference of Drew.
Girl, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
figure
each
it
other out. But no, genuinely, I actually do believe that we're forever together no matter what. We're in this life.
I know.
I think, like, on our own, we're not capable of doing this life, and we need each other as support, as I think everybody needs.
Yeah, everybody needs their support. But like, I'm
Kai,
like,
do you have...
we've known each other for almost 8 years.
It's psycho.
But
Psycho.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, oh my God, no. Because Drew and Orion, like when I think about like my like really like deep future, I'm like, oh my God, like these are people who I'm going to be like an old hag
We're
with.
going to be raising our kids together.
And then Kai will like,
Orion
well,
proposed...
you don't have that much left. You don't have that much time left, Kai.
Oh my God.
Orion proposed a very interesting idea last night that actually I was like,
What is
She was like,
I'm not
let's,
interested in
Let's
this
just
idea."
have one baby and we all raise it together.
Orion would fucking take the baby and run away. Like, Orion would not let us take that baby. We'd put that baby in the wrong shirt and Orion would be so pissed. She'd
She'd
put
be
it in a
like,
fucking Sandy
"Absolutely
Liang
fucking
puff
not."
collar if we put it in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
She's like, give me that.
We put it in a Gap shirt and she hits us.
You know,
Orion hits
I've
us.
known Drew. I've known you for I think 2 or 3 years now.
3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like
Well,
a
2
long
now.
time, and maybe I also. am
Kai,
your
you
life
will
now.
Y'all
be-
are competing over me right now.
Kai, you will be in our life for a long time, but I mean like it's a very like it's like an integral like almost it's like a very animalistic like love that I have for Drew where I'm like this is like
It's like a protection thing.
like I think if someone hit me over the head like I would still recognize Drew. Like if someone hit me over the head it'd be like Drew and like my family and maybe like 2 other people who like if you put them in front of me I'd be like oh like I remember. And if you started singing to me like in Coco I'd remember
I'm
you.
the abuela.
I'm the
You're
abuela.
Abuelita. So, dude, that being clipped is the most horrifying thing.
Abuelita?
Yeah, I
You-
said abuelita, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is this cracker saying?"
I'm sure I'll find my person.
You have that
Kai,
love
we're
in our friend
getting
group.
there.
Yeah.
Like,
it just takes time.
You
Yeah.
found, you have a place in our life forever.
yeah.
I
If you
do.
want it.
I honestly,
and if you tend to it.
to tie all of this together, I honestly do feel like so much of being a depressed little boy was like me being shut down and feeling like really sad that I wasn't gonna find people that I was like I wasn't gonna find that like really solid core group of friends. And I have like really great friends that I've made, but I do feel like part of like getting better allowed me to like open up and like at that party talk to you guys. And I feel very fucking lucky because on a very real note, I love you guys and I do feel very lucky.
We love you
We
too.
love you
Kai.
too, Kai. Okay, I'll
have
take
to-
the.
I
Yeah, I'll
have to
take the.
hold my mic.
I'll take the foot.
You'll take his fucking platform shoes that he
Yeah.
wears so he can be taller.
Oh,
These
man.
aren't. Dude, I'm actually done. I'm fucking done with.
You're
the
not done
shit
till
on
we
all the
say
time.
you're done.
Real
This
shit.
is what
You're
friends are
trapped.
for.
You're trapped, Kai.
You're here forever.
That's the thing is like from the outside, like the rest of people in Los Angeles probably see us as a literal fucking cult. Like I feel like we're scary to other people.
It's just, you know what? We found love in a hopeless place and we stayed there. But no, our group
Girl,
is
did you know
expanded.
I wrote that?
Someone
You
should
did
make
not
that
write
a
that.
song.
No, I did. I wrote that.
Sorry, Drew's in his delusional phase because he's withdrawing.
Yeah.
He's seeing things.
All right, guys, you want to do media of the week? Fuck, I've always wanted to say that.
How long have we been
Felt
going? Because
good.
I feel like we've been going for like 8 minutes. Do y'all want to do media? Kai, do you have media prepared?
No, but I'll prepare it while you guys do yours.
I want it.
Okay.
I want it. I want it.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, go. Go, baby.
Movie media was the movie Tully. We watched it last night. I really, really enjoyed that movie. I could have done without all the weird mermaid shit. But literally, I've never rooted for sex to happen in a movie so much in my entire life.
Watching that movie made me realize how fucking horny I am, because that's the second piece of media that I've watched that I'm like really like pushing this narrative of like seeing people have sex. Like in that Euphoria episode when they were in the hot tub and they were in a hot tub with Sade playing. Like,
Yeah.
are y'all not gonna bone? You're not gonna bone.
Our Bronsons weren't gonna vibrate.
Yeah, my Bronson was literally like sounding the alarm and
The
like
Cooter Bronson.
the nerves were banging at my clips, so it was thumping. It was like,
Girl, the Cooter Bronson. Okay, my music of the week is Buttons by Sia. You got me pushing imaginary school children, step away from me, lover.
That sounds. I'm sorry. That sounded so good. Continue.
That was actually my song, and I tricked you into believing it was a Sia song.
no, it's a Sia song. It's like a really like infamous Sia song. Apparently.
Infamous. It's a famous song.
What is infamous?
Infamy
What is
is
infamous?
like
It's like when you're famous, but it's not
for
good.
bad reasons.
Oh, I always say infamous.
Let's Talk More Rock by Freeze Pop. Classic. That's a classic. And then Yeah Yeah by Body Rocks.
Okay.
Oh, I was listening to that today.
I'm on my indie sleaze shit.
Yeah.
I'm sleazed out.
Well, my media of the week is for movie Jackass Forever. Watching that literally made me so fucking happy. We did it like we didn't talk about this in the last episode, right? No, because we hadn't seen it yet when we did the last episode.
I don't know.
Because we saw that movie on Friday, so we did not talk about it. But seeing that movie literally made me so happy. We watched it with like a bunch of friends, and it literally was just like so fucking awesome. Like, and seeing just like footage of like them when they were younger, and like Jackass was such a big part of my childhood, and I like have such a parasocial relationship to all of them. Like, I love all of them so fucking much. It really made me super fucking happy, and like the old footage.
It's very inspiring too.
Yeah, it was super inspiring. It was just like when you have a friend group who you like really love, and like you like making things, whether it be like on a super serious note or just like for the fun of like making things with your friends, like it's bound to be beautiful. And like it was just me like saying all that when it's a movie that literally starts off with like Chris Pontius cock. Like it's literally like it's such a funny movie,
It's
but like
47% penis on screen.
but it also just had me cracking up. Like,
Really?
it's a lot of wiener. So if you go, like, be
awesome.
re-prepped. Like, it literally made everyone horny.
Take prep.
So yeah, like, that was fucking...
What?
That was fucking awesome. My songs of the week is Lil One by Lil Wayne. Your Mom, I'm sorry. It's a Rap, Mariah Carey, Watching You Without Me, Kate Bush, and The Devil Is Loose. Asha Puthli? I don't know how to say her name. Yeah, that's my media of the week, baby.
Okay. My media of the week is porn.
Fucking turn it off because I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Okay.
Boop.
Porn.
Yeah, it's porn.
No, Kai, come on, be real. This is your place to be vulnerable
Okay.
in front of people who will
This
scrutinize
is
you and
the
be fucking
new-
evil to you.
This is the new ketamine treatment podcast.
Oh shit.
It forces you to look at yourself.
It forces you to
actually
finger
real.
yourself,
That's actually real as fuck. Okay, my media for music is 50/50 by Jockstrap. Very good song in a very cursed way, but it's good. Also, have you guys heard of Jockstrap?
No.
Yeah.
I had never heard of them, but that is the most eclectic collection of sounds I've ever heard. Like that song is so different from like the next one down on their most popular, and the next one down is like it sounds like old show tunes, like someone like rapping over show tunes. It's really weird, but that song is very good. And then the Yeet album.
Yes, me and Kai are OG Yeet
Yes.
stands. We go back.
What we were talking about Yeet like a year ago at least.
Even longer.
Yeah, dude, the new album's really good. I am Twizzy Rich.
I'm Tonka.
Yeah, and Drew's Tonka Rich, and we like to put that on while we have sex.
Okay, I'm done. Like I can't.
What do you mean you're done?
Kai, you need one more song.
One more song?
Yeah.
Um,
You don't actually have to. But
Sparks by Coldplay. Unironically, I have been listening to that.
That album is good.
It's really good.
It's a good album. It was randomly playing somewhere I was. Oh, in Mexico. It was playing in a random cafe I was in with a friend.
I would have cried.
And I was like, I can't believe they're playing this. They were playing that album front to back. And I was like, this is really interesting because, like, not because it's Coldplay playing in Mexico, but because why the fuck is someone playing that full album?
Yeah.
But yeah. I was like, really, like, depressing, sad vibe, but
Have you watched any movies or shows?
just porn, probably.
Just porn.
VR?
Yeah.
Like Oculus type beat?
I actually did try that recently. That
was
shit
awesome.
is crazy.
VR porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it in Josh's bed.
Yeah. We all did it together.
And I wasn't
actually-
invited.
It's like a real story.
It's
too.
not a joke.
But not
and
in a
I
sexual
was
way.
no, and I'm not kidding. I
No,
wasn't
you were
invited.
in New York.
Yeah.
Wow.
You miss out on all the good stuff when you go
I
travel.
miss out on all the horny stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kai, you haven't watched a movie. Sorry, I cut you off.
I honestly haven't watched any.
Well, you
good
watched
movies
Tully
recently.
with us yesterday. What did you think?
Tully was really good. I watched that in 2018. I went to the Grove alone and watched it, and it was really sad. And it was so cool to like watch it again with a group of people and be like, I have friends now. I'm not alone.
Dude, actually, I'm sorry to like literally gloss over that sad ass comment, but fun fact is because I can't get over this is Tully is a movie that I saw the fucking preview for in like late 2017 before it came out when I saw a random other movie and I saw a trailer for it and I was like, oh my god, this movie looks awesome, like I need to see this when it comes out. Because I have a pea brain, I fully forgot about it, and I was still living in Miami, I think, when it came out. So I just never heard about it coming out. Like, Miami doesn't, like, premiere, like, movies, like indie movies or anything like that, like, at theaters. So, like, I just never saw anything for it. And then it's a movie that I've thought about pretty often, and I'm like, okay, what is that movie about? Like, it almost looks like it's about, like, a single mom. I guess that's where I was wrong, because it's not about a single mom. But from the trailer, that's what it looked like. And I was like, what is this movie about, like, a single mom? And she's, like, obviously struggling. And I could never find it until yesterday. High as a bag of bones, I was fucking looking through HBO Max, courtesy of Kai, because I use his HBO Max, and I found it.
Yeah.
I have
Papa
Kai's
provides.
HBO Max tapped into my iPhone, my iPad, my iMac, my MacBook, my TV, the living room TV. Like,
Anya asked
Kai
me,
is-
she said HBO Max login now, and I sent it within like 10 seconds. I got the notification that it had been logged into like 5 devices, and like one of them's in Florida.
And you know what's funny is that I haven't gotten it.
You know
yet.
what it is I demand what I need out of this relationship, and you seem to be lacking that like ability to communicate what you need, and that doesn't fall on your partners.
Yeah.
That falls on you. If you can't express what you need, it is not up to us to read your mind.
Actually, that's literally what it is.
That is actually how I feel in relationships, and it
You're
pisses me off.
supposed to read my
I'm like,
mind.
why?
Deadass.
Like, why aren't you reading my mind, taking care of me, tucking me in at night,
brushing me with a brush,
brushing my hair?
brush me, hold
It sounds
down.
a lot like we need parental figures and not partners.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Literally, like, yep.
We won't get into that. What is it? Freudism?
Freudism.
Freudism.
Girl, fuck this
Okay, well-
podcast, bro.
Thank you
Like,
so
this
much
shit
for being
sucks.
on,
I'm
Kai.
quitting, bro.
You're gonna quit? I'm gonna replace you with Kai.
quitting.
It was really
Oh.
easy.
Exciting.
So next week, tune in. It'll just be me and Kai, and Drew will be
Position
dead.
And I kill you.
Oh,
You're done. It's me now.
actually, now you're threatening him, and I really don't fuck with him. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
I'm
No,
sorry.
you're out. You're
I'm
out.
sorry.
You're out.
I'm actually hella sorry.
Actually, you know
No,
what? I want to come
okay.
back. I want to come back.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you're done. You're out. Drew's back. I
Just
don't
like
need
that, I can give you the world and I can take it.
Fuck.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Kai, for being on. It was a sweet sleigh.
Yeah. Also, I don't think we like said who Kai was to us other than our friend, but he also like helps us with the podcast. He does like all the audio stuff and all the little edits and things.
So yeah, Kai
That's Kai to us.
Yeah, I think people know Kai.
Kai, do you want to shout anything out?
Porn. Big shout out to porn.
All right.
All right. Bye, guys. Bye.
Okay.